For about 100 years, business has run on this really simple, kind of brutal logic. Take, make, and waste. You build something, you sell it, and then you secretly hope it breaks so you can sell another one. Well, that old model is now officially dead. So today, we're going to dig into the incredible profit machine that the world's smartest companies have built by fighting to get their old products back. And it all starts here. Picture this: Geneva, 1924. A secret meeting with all the biggest light bulb makers in the world. They formed a group, a cartel, called Phoebus. And they had this one goal, which was, brilliant, and just a little bit evil, to make sure their products didn't last. They literally engineered their light bulbs to burn out after just 1,000 hours. And just like that, they created the engine of the 20th century economy. They gave it a name, planned obsolescence. I mean, think about it. If your stuff doesn't break, you're not going to buy a new one, right? This single idea powered everything from cars to fashion to all our electronics. The whole global economy was basically built on top of a giant trash can. It was insanely profitable, sure, but it had a fatal flaw. Okay, but here's the thing. That model, it's officially broken. It's hit a massive wall for three big reasons. For one, raw materials are just getting crazy expensive. Two, carbon taxes mean waste is now a line item on your balance sheet, a bad one. And three, those global supply chains, super fragile. So the smartest companies had this realization. The most valuable resources they had were the ones they'd already sold. Which brings us to the first part of this whole new game, the incredible technology that's unlocking all that value hidden inside every product we used to just call trash.
And this is the key shift in thinking right here. The top brands, they don't see a sold product as a finished deal anymore. They see it as a future asset. It's like they're literally banking the precious metals, the rare earth elements, all those complex parts just sitting in your desk drawer, waiting to be brought back home.
And this just shows you the difference perfectly. On one side, you have traditional mining, massive, dirty, expensive holes in the ground. On the other side, you have what they're calling urban mining. Clean, precise, high-tech disassembly that can happen right on a tabletop. And this is not a theory. Meet Daisy. This is Apple's custom-built robot down in Austin, Texas. It can take apart 1.2 million iPhones every single year. But this isn't just recycling. It's strategic. It's mining these old phones for really critical materials like tungsten and cobalt. And here's why that's a genius move. This gives Apple its own domestic supply chain. It protects them from global trade wars and all kinds of geopolitical drama. And get this, the efficiency is just, wow, staggering. Daisy can recover 99% of the rare earth elements just from an iPhone's magnets alone. Think about that for a second. We've actually hit a point where it's more profitable and way more efficient to just mine our old junk than it is to go dig new holes in the planet. So, okay, you've got this incredible tech. What does it unlock? Well, entirely new ways to make money. It's not just about taking things apart anymore. It's about creating stuff that's actually built to last forever. So let's take a trip to France. This is Renault's legendary Flins factory. For 70 years, it pumped out iconic cars. But today, it does the complete opposite. It's now Europe's first circular economy hub, a place where thousands of cars show up not to be made, but to be unmade, and then reborn. It's literally a reverse assembly line. Old cars roll in one end, and AI scans the entire vehicle, and it identifies every single reusable part, down to the nuts and bolts. Then, robotic arms surgically take it apart, and those components get remanufactured to be good as new, but for a fraction of the cost. And out the other end, a polished, certified, remanufactured car. And this is where the business logic is just brilliant. Renault figured out that 99% of electric vehicle batteries can be repaired. So by fixing them instead of just recycling them, they get to keep that incredibly valuable asset on their own books. That means they get to keep making money off that same car for like 20+ years. And that idea leads to an even bigger, more powerful model: product as a service. This is where the whole idea of building stuff to break gets flipped completely on its head. When you own the product and just sell the service it provides, your profit suddenly depends on making it as durable as possible. And the absolute master of this game, Rolls-Royce. They don't really sell jet engines to airlines anymore. They sell power by the hour. The airline only pays for the hours that engine is actually flying. So if an engine is stuck on the ground being repaired, Rolls-Royce is the one losing money. Their whole business model now depends on one thing: reliability.
And the results? Well, a massive £3.5 billion profit last year, mostly driven by this model. Their profit margin shot up to an incredible 20.5%. Just by focusing on reliability, they make more money when their products last longer. It's the total opposite of that old planned obsolescence model.
Okay, so we've got the tech, we've got the new profit models, but there's one more piece to this puzzle, and it's a big one. Because this isn't just a good idea anymore. Very soon, it's going to be the law. Say hello to the Digital Product Passport, or DPP. The EU started rolling out these new rules in 2024, and pretty soon, nearly every physical thing you can buy will have to carry its own unique digital history. Think of it like a scannable DNA that tells you its entire life story. Yeah, a simple QR code on your jacket or on a battery will tell you everything. We're talking up to 105 different data points: where the cotton came from, the product's total carbon footprint, and, this is the kicker, exact instructions for how to take it apart and where it needs to go next. It turns every single product into an asset rich with data. And make no mistake, this is not some niche thing. It's hitting every major sector. We're already seeing huge brands like H&M and Zara running pilot programs. Textiles and footwear are getting hit hard, but so are electronics, batteries, furniture. Basically, if you make a physical thing, this is headed your way. And the clock is absolutely ticking. The regulation went into effect in 2024. The first mandatory passports for batteries are due by 2027. And by 2030, it's going to expand across most other major product categories. This isn't some far-off future. This is happening right now. So that's the big question, right? Are companies actually ready for this? Well, according to KPMG, the answer is a pretty shocking no. Less than a third of companies have even started testing a solution, and almost a quarter have done absolutely nothing at all. There is a huge gap between the law and what's happening in reality. And believe me, the consequences are very, very real. Just for UK businesses, failing to comply could cost them over £1.5 million a year in lost trade with the EU. Look, this isn't just about being green anymore. This is about market access. It's about basic business survival. So what's the bottom line here? The simple, one-way street of take, make, waste is over. It's dead. Technology, profit, and now the law have all lined up to create a completely new circular system. Waste isn't just some byproduct anymore. It's a straight-up failure of imagination. So this really leaves every single business leader out there with one fundamental question to answer. In this new economy, your product's past, what it's made of, where it's been, is now the key to its future value. So you have to ask yourself, is the thing you sell an asset that's going to keep making you money for years? Or is it a liability, just waiting to be regulated right out of the market?